Hi. After learning the history of English literature, we have to know and understand the poetry. What is poetry? The nature of poetry? These kind of things we have to know. Today, in this PPT, we come to know the different types of poetry. Here we go. Allegory. Allegory is a kind of poetry allows Greek, that means other, and agorian, to speak. Story in which characters, things, happenings have another meaning. Yeah, allegory is going to give a different meaning. Then, that is written to explain good and evil or religious and moral principles. Historical and political allegory we can come across in the section allegory. For the instance, we see some symbolic allegory in John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. Then, ballad. Ballad is nothing but a folk song that tells an exciting story. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಪದ ಗೀತೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್, in English literature, this is called a ballad. Stories of fatal relationships between lovers, family members, clans, people, and supernatural beings. The very important example for ballad is S.T. Coleridge's Rime of the Ancient Mariner, John Keats' La Belle Dame Sans Mercy. These are the two important literary works as far as a ballad is concerned. Then another important type of poetry is the dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue tells about a person, a single person, not the poet, who utters a speech in a specific situation at a critical moment. And also, dramatic monologue tells the presence of an silent auditor with whom he speaks or interacts. Dramatic monologue extracts the self-revelation, which is very important as far as a person's psychology is concerned. For dramatic monologue, there is a very good example, that is Robert Browning's My Lost Duchess. Then elegy. Elegy is from a Greek word that is elegia, That means to say the song of mourning. Mourning, ದುಃಖವನ್ನು ಅಳವನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪೋಯಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಲಿಜಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Elegy is written to express the sadness about death of somebody, whether he may be his friend or his parent or even his lover as well. There is a very good example. Thomas Gray's elegy written in a country church ad. That's a very good example as far as the elegy is concerned. Then we can see another important type, that is pastoral elegy. It represents the poet and the one who mourns as shepherds. Pastoral elegy involves conventional features such as invocation of muses, procession of mourners, etc. That's a very good example. That is P.B. Shelley's Adonias. Pastoral elegy ಕೂಡ ಶೆಲ್ಲಿಯ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. But P.B. Shelley's Adonias has become a very important literary work as far as pastoral elegy is concerned. Epic, heroic poems. The word epic itself, that is from Greek epos, that means to say speech, story, a song. Epic is nothing but a long narrative poem that tells the adventures of a hero or quasi-divine figure. ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೀರೋನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅವನ ಹೀರೋಯಿಸಮ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆಯುವಂತಹ ಪೋಯಮ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಪಿಕ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Epic involves a serious subject, a formal and elevated style that is narratives which starts in medias res. Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, Virgil's Aeneid, Dante's Divine Comedy, Milton's Paradise Lost. These are the very important epics. But as far as English is concerned, Milton's Paradise Lost is the only epic in English. But Homer's Iliad and Odyssey has been translated to, they are said to be translated to English, but still Milton's Paradise Lost, that is amazing, that is the amazing epic that we have come across so far. Then here is a mock epic. Mock epic that is comic in nature, ಕಾಮಿಡಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಎಪಿಕ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಕ್ ಎಪಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಪ್ಯಾರೋಡಿ ದಟ್ ಇಮಿಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸಸ್ಟೈನ್ಡ್ ವೇ ದ ಎಲಾಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆರೆಮೋನಿಯಸ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ ಎಪಿಕ್. ಎಪಿಕ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸಸ್ಟೈನ್ಡ್ ವೇಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಇಮಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಕ್ ಎಪಿಕ್. ಮಾಕ್ ಎಪಿಕ್ ನರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಟ್ರಿವೈಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸೂಪರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇರೋದಂದರೆ ಅಲೆಕ್ಸಾಂಡರ್ ಪೋಪ್ ಬರೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ರೇಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾಕ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಕ್ ಎಪಿಕ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. ದೆನ್ ದ ಲಿರಿಕ್. Lyre, ancient Greek musical instrument. Lyric expresses personal feelings. That lyric could be sung with the accompaniment of a musical instrument. If any poem which is sung with some musical instruments, that is called lyric, as we come across. Then the ode. Ode in Greek word Eden, that means to say sing. Long lyric poem which addresses a person or thing. Ode is nothing but a serious poem in subject and treatment, which is elaborated in style and elaborated stanza structure. Three types of English odes are there. One is Pindaric, Horatian, and irregular ode. Keats' odes are very famous in English literature. Then the sonnet. In italics, we call sonetto. That means little sound or song. A poem of 14 lines is nothing but a sonnet. Petrarchan and Shakespearean sonnets are there. It has got some rhyme scheme as well. Sonnets of Spenser, then Sidney, Shakespeare, Milton are very famous. Then some question paper patterns as well. Here, 4 annotations of out of 6 from poetry. Then 2 essay type questions out of 4 from poetry. Then session summary. Then these are the issues so you can come across. Here is the poetry. In poetry, there are many kinds of poetry. One is allegory, ballad, dramatic monologue, elegy, pastoral elegy, mock epic, lyric, ode, sonnet. These are the very important kinds of poetry that we have come across and we have to in the future. Then we have discussed as well as the question paper pattern. Annotations. You have to understand the technique of writing annotations because that is so crucial in English language, especially for the literature students, because picking and understanding those annotations is not that easy as it looks, but still you can tackle it very nicely in future if it comes to know that. If you come to know that, just try to understand those annotations properly, then according to that situation you have to write. So that try to work on annotations because in the initial stages for you people, it seems to be a very difficult task to understand these kind of things in a broader perspective rather than anything else. Yeah, my MCQs. What is the other term used for an epic? Uh, the word we have mentioned here, heroic poem, that is the answer. Then the name the epic, the mock epic written by Alexander Pope, that is the Rape of the Lock, which we have come across now. Who wrote a Label Sans Mercy, that is John Keats. Then MCQ, that is the fourth MCQ is that who preferred the dramatic monologue, the perfect dramatic monologue? Alfred Tennyson now, Matthew Arnold now, Robert Browning. Yes, is Robert Browning has written a dramatic monologue. Which one? Which one you just have to find out. Then Thomas Hardy now. So the right answer is Robert Browning. Then who wrote Holy Sonnets? Philip Sidney, John Donne, Henry Howard, Olaf Surrey, then Thomas Watt. Here we can we can assume that the John Donne is the right answer. He has written some holy sonnets. Here is a reference. References are very important. You have to remember some of the important references or reference book. This is a very important reference book. We have to seriously find out. John Abrams, M.H. Abrams, and Jeffrey Chaucer's the Georges, a glossary of literary terms. This is the very important book you have to come across. This is like a dictionary to you people, to literature students. Try to go ahead. Thank you very much.